Anyways, guys, good morning, good morning. I'm God from GoSu Gamers, bringing you a replay commentary analysis from the GEST IDC. This is Team Execration from the Philippines on the Sentinel side and Team Stars Boba on the Scourge side. And right now we are having a special sort of Execration hour, we're calling it. Voila, Execration hour, because we are basically at the halfway point between GEST number 1 and GEST number 2, which is going to be coming up in about 2 weeks' time. So to get you guys excited and to sort of remind you of what is going on, we are doing some replay analysis here. Not to mention having a look at some of the lesser-known teams in the tournament. I mean, if I'm watching a game between Orange or MYM or Myth Trust, Stars Boba, I feel like I know what kind of strategies they use, what players are on what role. But when it comes to these lesser-known teams like Execration, iZone, a few of the other teams which have actually caused some upsets, including G7, I don't know what to expect in terms of strategy, in terms of hero picks, in terms of players and what roles they play. So I'm doing this to educate myself as well as you guys, as well as to provide a bit of a commentary for you guys as we do head towards the GEST number 2. For those of you who don't know about the tournament, do follow it. We're giving away some awesome goodies. Those of you who don't know what this is upside down. That's what this is. This is a Gigabyte GTX 560. Retail price is something like $300 to $400 US. It's a pretty damn good graphics card. We've been giving those away over at GoSu Gamers, so do check it out and be sure to tune into the March edition of the GEST IDC. It's a monthly tournament. Altogether, it's a $30,000 tournament. With $2,500 for each month, I believe it is, if my calculations are correct. It sounds about right. That sounds right. We're going to roll with that. $2,500 per month, and there's all kinds of cool giveaways like this Gigabyte hardware here, which I have got to show off on stream. But this is Execration Hour, guys, so let's stop talking about the tournament. Let's stop talking about myself. Let's stop talking about Gigabyte. Let's talk about Team Execration. We've already looked at 2 games. For those of you who haven't seen the other 2 games, do check them out, as I'll be referring to them a bit throughout this one, where we saw Execration going for its super aggressive style of play, basically focused on the mid-game. They made sure they had strong lanes. They basically tried to outlane their opponents and then followed it up by having mid-game aggression. Their actual laning phase, they looked to be aggressive, but they didn't really focus too much on kills. They were more worried about getting that early game levels and farm. Come mid-game, that's when they wanted the kills. They had their items up, they had their farm, and they went for those kills in the mid-game stage. We're going to get right into this game now as the drafting phase is underway. I'm going to take 2 seconds to look at the chat. Nothing too much going on. As we do get into game number 3 for this morning. And this is probably going to be my last game, as I do have to go to university soon. And I'm going to introduce this game as if I know a bit about Execration by now. We have Doc, who is their solo mid player. We saw him on DK, as well as Templar Assassin last game. We've got Nivek, who has played Windrunner both games, I believe, in that side lane, in that sort of hard lane. Last game when they were on Scourge, he was at bottom. The first game on Sentinel, he was at... Sorry, no, the first game was also on Scourge at bottom, so this game on Sentinel, presumably he'll be at that top lane. The first game he was soloing. The second lane he had the support of an Earthshaker. We've got Kabuti, who is their sort of main carry player. The first game he was on the Naga Siren. That second game he was on the Omni Knight, who was being played as a farmer. We've got Joy, CI8D, and we have got Nolat, who is the main support player. I believe he played the Keeper of the Light and then the Crystal Maiden. And Joy, CI8, played the Nerubian Assassin and then the Earthshaker from last game. So he's sort of playing the second support, sort of the string hero support, the sort of tanky, stunning hero. So the Earthshaker, your Sand King, your Nerubian Assassin. At least so far, that's what I'm guessing. So I believe we'll be seeing him play the Earthshaker again. We may see Doc 8 playing that Queen of Pain if it is solo mid. And Nike will be playing that side lane solo, depending what that is. And my guess is Ancient Apparition in the hands of Nolat as a support hero, but definitely going to have to wait and see just what they pick up and what kind of roles those heroes are going to be on. But once again, a different picks coming out from Execration, but they do. I mean, this is something that we saw between Game 1 and 2. Game 1 and 2 had completely different picks. Game 1, they had a Strange Trial. They had Naga Siren, Keeper of the Light, and Nerubian Assassin Trialing. Game 2, they had ES and CM as their 2 support. So they had completely different picks between the first game I casted and the second game, but they had a very similar style. They even had different lanes. The first game they ran a 3-1-1 with tri-lane and 2 solos. The second game they ran 2 dual lanes with a dual lane bottom, dual lane top, and a solo mid hero. But it was still, despite the change in hero picks, despite the change in laning setup, the overall strategy was the same. Win your lanes, make sure you get early farm in your lanes, and then be aggressive. Have controlled aggression in your lane, but then come mid game, once you have your items up, that's when they be overly aggressive. They will just go absolutely balls deep for those kills because they know they've out-farmed their opponents, they've out-leveled their opponents, and they can afford to be aggressive and not get punished for it because they're just so far ahead. And as a result, it worked wonders for them as they just got kill after kill come mid-game, and then they also were able to push down towers. That's something you see teams like Mineski not do so well. They'll be aggressive, but they won't really push down those towers. So Execration did, while they looked for those hero kills, they definitely did get those towers as well. This game, it's going to be Nike playing that Queen of Pain, so not, as I said, Doc on that Queen of Pain, but it is going to be a side lane solo Queen of Pain, so that's going to explain the reasoning behind that, although it's actually going to be a dual lane here. We're going to see Nolat on the Earthshaker, so looks like I got my ES and AA player mixed up a bit. I am still learning about Team Execration here, guys. Soloing mid, as predicted, is going to be Doc. Playing that Chaos Knight, the main carry play is Kabuki, and that is your Team Execration. Over on Stars Boba, the Vietnamese team, we've got Bachu playing the Clockwork. Looks to be a Clockwork solo bottom. So this bottom lane Chaos Knight should be able to farm up fairly well. I believe the AA Harass will be able to shut down that Clockwork, keep them away from the creep wave, and make sure they do fairly well at bottom. Mid lane, you're going to have a Crobolus, an unusual pick coming out there, something I haven't really talked about yet. So it's, to me, this game, it looks like Execration. I mean, with a Crob pick, you're sort of saying, well, we're going to focus more on pushing rather than looking for those hero kills. Crob's one of those heroes that isn't great at getting hero kills, isn't great in the laning stage, but is good at pushing down towers. But for me, this is a pick that doesn't really suit Execration's playstyle. The way we've seen them win those last 2 games is that they won their lanes and they were aggressive mid-game at killing heroes as the main thing, but then getting towers secondly. It was sort of kill heroes, get towers. Crob is a hero that your main goal is to push. You go for the push, and if the opponents engage on you, that's when you look to sort of kill them as a Crob. You're not going to actually go for hero kills unless they engage on you when you're pushing. But mid lane, it's a solo mid Axe being played against the Crob. So as you can see, Crob already with quite a lot of right-click harass dealt towards the Axe, and that's going to be a fairly difficult lane for the Axe to be in. But you can see Battle Hunger being learnt early on the Axe, and wow, Axe going to his opponent's neutrals to do some neutraling. That is unusual stuff. And I can't help but have a little chuckle. And he's going to go back to lane as this creep wave now is heading towards him. So he's actually not going to miss much creep XP. He's going to maybe throw a Battle Hunger off here. No, he's not going to throw a Battle Hunger off here. He's going to get just back in time to get some XP here. As a very unusual play there. Queen of Pain at top is going to have a hard time up against this lane here. The CM, Windrunner, and Enigma. Enigma looks to be in the jungle. And where is this... let's say, where is Earthshaker gone? Earthshaker's gone bottom, guys. So last game, what you saw from Execration is that they had a dual lane with the Earthshaker as First Blood does go down on the Queen of Pain. So to me, it seems like Execration aren't really doing their strategy like we've seen them do the last 2 games. They haven't got the laning set up so that they do okay in every lane. This Queen of Pain is going to get absolutely destroyed at top lane. Last game we saw them dueling the ES with the Windrunner to make sure the Windrunner got some farm and levels. This game Queen of Pain doesn't have the Earthshaker support and is not going to be able to get any farm or levels at top. So definitely a bit of a change in tactics there from Execration. They've got hero picks like Crob who can't really fit into their style of play. Doesn't really have the aggression that you see from their picks from last game, where they had the DK, the NA, the Keeper of the Light, or in game 2 they had the ESCM roaming around. They had the Windrunner as well as the Templar Assassin. The Templar Assassin is a very aggressive hero who you saw having a big mid-game presence. I don't think Krob can quite do that. Doesn't quite fill the same role there, so not quite consistent with the strategy we've seen them use twice here, which is an interesting game to conclude my cast with, as they are running a different kind of strategy. So it's going to be interesting to see if they can pull off a different type of strategy, as we do see Queen of Pain getting killed again here at top lane. Definitely, I don't think you should limit teams to one kind of strategy. There's definitely, you have teams who have multiple styles of play. So I could say, you could say that the style of play you saw from Execration in those last 2 games is their style of play, but often teams change their style of play depending on their picks and depending on their opponent. Here we're going to see more aggression coming on the Queen of Pain, who needs to blink out. The Nova comes after the blink, and Queen of Pain in trouble here. Wow, it looks like they're actually going to die for this, as Queen of Pain at level 1, trying to tango his way out. Oh, will actually go down here. And wow, this is just, it's this time, last game it was Execration being aggressive. This game it is Stars Boba being so aggressive, getting a kill well beyond the tower, and going to try maybe even pressure this top tier 1 tower very early on into the game, as there is a revenge kill at bottom. As you would expect, the tri lane against Solo, you should be getting kills. That's what you're seeing at top, this Queen of Pain, who is still level 1. Similarly, bottom lane, the Clockwork, Solo against tri lane is level 4 though, so this is kind of a problem for Execration here, as their side lane Solo doing nowhere near as well as their opponent's one. And that's going to be an issue for them as they do get on towards the mid game of this match. And while Krob at mid taking some serious damage from Battle Hunger. So the Battle Hunger spam coming out from Axe. Axe, who's gone bottle first, is managing to really annoy his laning opponent, as that we are going to see a Battle Hunger on the Earthshaker as well. Both these heroes are going to be forced to go back to Fountain here, at least get some HP regen, as Axe quite happy at mid lane. Maybe going to see some Bottle Crow action happening, but not going to come, as Execration can't even afford a bottle on the Queen of Pain. As said, the way these Filipino teams like to play, we see Mineski do it, we see Execration do it the last couple games, they win these lanes using Bottle Crow. Basically, they will have a lane, they will basically, okay, I'll word this better. They will throw a weak lane against a stronger lane and have it actually do fairly well because they Bottle Crow. With Bottle Crow, you can constantly spam your spells. Queen of Pain can use that nuke spell to farm and harass and then blink away, and then even get harassed. Because whenever you go in to use those nukes, you're going to get harassed. You're not going to go down, but you're going to get harassed. So you need HP regen. Bottle Crowing provides both HP and mana regen, so that's how you win these tough lanes. That's how Queen of Pain could go up against a tough duel or tri lane. But if you can't farm that bottle, then you're in trouble. And that's what we're seeing here, where Queen of Pain can't even get that bottle up. And as a result, it's going to be hard for Execration to get that mid-game dominance that they have had the last couple of games. If they can't get the early game farm, it's not going to look good for them in the mid-game. So right now, Execration losing their lanes somewhat. Chaos Lane at bottom lane is farming well, does have 26 CS. So not all is lost, but mid lane Krob has been harassed out of the lane a bit, has got 22 CS, Axe with 20 CS, but fairly even for the mid lane at least. But Krob is definitely the one who's on the back foot, despite being a couple CS ahead. You see Krob, has definitely been in a sticky situation a few times already, so Stars Boba really are the ones who are being the aggressors here, and that's not a position that Execration are used to. They are used to being the aggressors. They like to be the ones who are pressuring towers more and being looking for those kills more often, but right now they're the ones on the back foot trying to avoid being killed, as we see. Well, yes, trying to hide there, actually gets hooked in, and Clockwork going to pick up a free kill here, as ES is going to learn the hard way that you cannot use this as a hiding spot. This tower sees you. And that hiding spot, unfortunately, not going to pay off for him. Excuse me as I do throw away some yawns. Top lane, there is Stars Boba with a very, very early tower. We see Arcane Boots on Enigma as Stars Boba just want to, be aggressive themselves. And Axe at mid lane keeps on spamming that Battle Hunger, which I imagine is now level 4 Battle Hunger. Doesn't actually tell me, but based on the damage it's doing, this Battle Hunger is possibly level 4. The Bottle Crow is going to be the only thing that allows Krob to stay in this lane, because that Battle Hunger does a lot of damage. And here we're going to see Krob and Axe sort of fighting over this small neutral camp. It's actually going to be Axe who gets the better of that situation. And I don't know if even Execration have caught on completely to the fact that Axe is there using this neutral camp. I think Krob has an idea. That's why he threw that nuke. But definitely does not want to actually go in and try stop him from doing that. As yet, we see Counter Helix level 2. And I believe that Battle Hunger is going to be level 4. There's the nuke from Axe. He doesn't actually have that Berserker's Call. The Berserker's Call isn't really all that necessary, as we see CM gets very, very low, as AA picks out that kill. Execration picking up some kills now, a 1-for-1 trade so far at mid, as Axe is looking for picking up a second kill at mid, and it's Execration whose Ancient Apparition picks up his second kill, is now level 6, has that ultimate, so Axe is going to have to be a bit careful here, as ES is low. That Battle Hunger. ES needs to get rid of the Battle Hunger, and Axe is trying to use another Battle Hunger, as he does find the Ancient Apparition. I believe we may see Axe go for early Arcane Boots, just so he can spam that Battle Hunger, as Ancient Apparition looks like AA will die here. That is the power of that Battle Hunger. So, looking at the farm here, we do see Queen of Pain finally getting that bottle, has just 9 CS, so 46 CS on Windrunner. So, Queen of Pain so far behind. Does have that bottle now. He's going to be able to use that Scream, Blink Away. That is how, basically, Queen of Pain is going to have to try and catch up in farm. As you Scream creeps, Blink Away, use the Bottle Crow, so you can just keep on spamming that, even though you are going to take quite a fair bit of harass damage. Chaos Knight at bottom looks to be going for an early, just a couple braces, just to get some cheap tanky items. Krob at mid, 34 CS, just the one death. So Execration there, farmers aren't doing all too badly. Krob at mid is doing okay. Chaos Knight at bottom is doing okay. It's just the Queen of Pain at top. So they're doing okay in 2 out of 3 lanes, which is the last couple games you saw, they were doing well in all 3 lanes. So it's going to be interesting to see how they cope with this tough laning phase for the Queen of Pain. As you see, Queen of Pain going down again. So this is not looking good so far for Execration, but it's not absolutely horrific, as we do see Clockwork at bottom going to go down here by the looks of things. Oh no, he actually does manage to get the cogs off, and that's going to make sure the Chaos Knight is actually completely out of mana. Rocket goes down, TP comes in from Windrunner, and Clockwork going to return the favor as he now shows some aggression of his own. And AA, oh nice AA ultimate coming from Joy, as we do see a kill on the Clockwork thanks to that. And Windrunner going to look to try to pick up this ES kill. Needs one more right click or a power shot. It's not going to come, as Windrunner completely out of mana now. As ES and Chaos Knight back off, and oh no. This ES is going to get sniped. Enigma picks him off. And meanwhile, there's Krob going for those Arcane Boots just to give some spam, but not going to be the easiest scenario for him to do so. As 2 seconds, guys. I've just got a Skype message. Nothing too important by the looks of it. As we do see Stars Boba picking up some more kills. And they are now 10 kills to 4 ahead. So they're not running away with it. And much needed farm is finally coming Queen of Pain's way. As Queen of Pain hits level 6, is going for a pure tanky build. So they're reacting to the aggression from Stars Boba by just tanking up. We see Bracer on Queen of Pain. We see a Bracer even on the Chaos Knight. But the problem is here is this is something that Execration have been doing to their opponents, which is now happening to them. They are under level. They are level 6, 6, 6, 7, and 8, whereas their opponents level 10, level 8, and 1 at level 6. So a level advantage going to their opponents, and that's something that Execration do not seem to be coping well with. They're normally the ones used to being on top early on, so they need to sort of. I think partly to blame for them being behind early on is their hero picks. They have not got hero picks that can be aggressive and win their lanes. With that said, it doesn't mean they have to pick the same heroes every game, but they need to make sure they pick heroes that suit that style of play so they don't fall behind. And right now we are going to see Starsboba look to keep up their aggression. We see Axe now at bottom. Basically, one Battle Hunger on a support hero, like an Earthshaker, and Earthshaker gets taken down to half HP with the max Battle Hunger. It's just such an annoying skill to go up against. Axe does finish a Vanguard. Not going to go for those early Arcane Boots like I suggested, but that Vanguard is a nice item to have for that damage block. As here we see Execration. As said, they love to be aggressive, and they're going to try to do it on this Enigma. They don't quite combo well, though. The AA ultimate does miss. And that's the problem with this Krob, is that he's not a great ganking hero. And we're going to see it perfectly there, as now it looks like Starsboba are going to try and return some of this aggression. Axe in a bit of trouble here, but I think he's going to survive and maybe pick up some kills of his own, as we do see one go down. Krob with the ultimate being popped. And Axe, I mean, he may even turn around and use an ultimate on this Ancient Apparition in a second. Or a Carrion Storm misses the Axe. Power Shot follows, and 3 kills to Starsboba. Sorry, 4 kills. Axe, there you go. That is the power of Battle Hunger. And that is something that Execration are not really dealing with well here, as they are now behind 4 kills to 15. Top lane, we see Queen of Pain has been left alone for a bit, but 0 kills, 5 deaths is just not what you want to see on your Queen of Pain. As having a little look at the scoreboard, we see Queen of Pain with 32 CS, 46 on the Krob, and 37 on the Chaos Knight, but a lot of deaths all around us. There's 3 deaths on the AA, 2 on the Chaos Knight, 2 on the Krob, 5 on Queen of Pain, and 3 on the Earthshaker. Starsboba, 65 CS on Windrunner, 35 on Axe, 32 on Clockwork, 16 on Enigma, and 15 on the Crystal Maiden. And this game is slowly getting out of the hands of Execration, who are finding themselves on the back foot. So this is going to be interesting to see how they deal with being on the back foot, what they look to do, what they are trying to achieve here when they do fall behind early. And it's not going to be an easy fight for them when they are this underfarmed and underleveled. At this point in the game, 14 to 15 minutes in, they are used to having level sort of 10 heroes as well as all those early game items up. They are going to pick up a kill on Clockwork at top, but the TPs have come in from Axe as well as Crystal Maiden, and they're going to be looking for some return kills. Axe is an Invis Room, which he can also use if he finds himself in a bad position. Chaos Knight with just 1 spell, if needed, either a stun or a nuke, and there goes the Axe. Power Shot comes in with a Shackle, and we do see 1 kill, possibly going to see a second. Queen of Pain, this is what Queen of Pain needs to be doing here. And this Execration, that was a big kill for them. Picking up the kill on the Axe, Queen of Pain gets the XP and gold for it, and Queen of Pain suddenly level 9 has some items to show for it, and may even pick up another kill here on the Windrunner, as Axe actually buys back. Windrunner gonna survive. Oh no, Queen of Pain needed that kill. It's actually gonna see Windrunner survive using that bottle charge, and Axe buying back. I mean, that's cocky play, so that's something that Execration seeing could say, okay, we're not out of this game, and if Axe is going to buy back, we can take advantage of that. As we do see Starsboba's Enigma going for a mech by the looks of things. As another kill, Ancient Apparition picks up another kill, and this time it's CM who goes down. CM going for a first item, Blink Dagger. Not often you see a CM with a Blink Dagger at level 7, 15 minutes in the game. As Earthshaker does go down to some Eidolon right-click damage. So Execration, this basically, it's hard to deal with this global damage. The Clockwork rockets can come in from anywhere. And right now, Starsboba are the ones with the map control, as a hook shot on the Chaos Knight as well as Krob finds them in a lot of trouble. Starsboba are going to pick up a couple kills. And this is not looking good for Execration, as they want to chase. They want this Ancient Apparition. Joy needs to just keep running for his life. Trying to line up that Shackle Shot is going to throw it, not going to hit, but the tiny mini stun you got from it is enough to lock down the Ancient Apparition. He goes down as well, and this is not looking good at all, as this Tier 1 tower is going to go down as well. And this is something Execration are not used to seeing. They've yet to take a single tower, and they are behind on kills and farm, and We are going to see Queen of Pain at top lane get harassed down quite a bit as Axe just TPs the hell out as he knew he was in too far for his own good, as Queen of Pain going to blink in, get rid of that battle hunger, and then go back to base to heal up. Or possibly just use those bottle charges, as Queen of Pain does need to keep on farming. But right now, this scoreboard says a lot. Level 13 Enigma, level 13 Axe, and level 12 Winner, and level 11 Clockwork to a level 10 Crob. That's all really Execration have. A level 9 Queen of Pain, and not a whole lot of farm for this Filipino side, as they are not in the best of positions here. We do see a kill being picked up at bottom. It's in the hands of Unit. Clockwork hooks in. Earthshaker in trouble, as it looks like Earthshaker will go down here. And that is going to be a ES ultimate getting popped before he goes down, but not really much to show for that. As there goes a Crob ultimate. The Black Hole goes off, but it gets silenced immediately. Not going to matter too much. Queen of Pain picks up one before he goes down, and 3 Execration heroes are dead. They're trying to take out this Enigma as well with the Crob ultimate. They'll manage to do so, but Crob will pay for that with her life. And a kill exchange going fairly evenly. I believe 2 for 3, and Power Shot going to go down as well as a Crystal Nova, and that's just going to clear the creep wave. Shackle Shot comes in on the Earthshaker. Needs to be a bit careful here. Those creeps just doing some serious right-click damage onto the Earthshaker. As Chaos Knight saying, okay, what are you going to do to me? And Axe here from behind with those phase boots actually. Going to pick up 1 kill. Trying to make it 2 if this Chaos Knight can get taken out. It looks like we are going to see a Culling Blade. And this is aggression that Execration don't have the farm or items to deal with. They are behind, and they are not really playing as safe as they should be. They're used to playing aggressive. So when they're in a position where they're behind and have to play safe, they're not really feeling all that comfortable. And here we are seeing Stars Boba taking advantage of them, taking advantage of this gold and farm lead. And as it stands, they're going to take out this tier 2 tower. It's actually going to get denied by the Queen of Pain. A well-timed deny there. But Stars Boba get up, find themselves with another tower kill. And this is going to see Stars Boba get into a very, very controlling position in this game. So mid lane, ES and Crobolus doing their thing, spamming the lanes away. We do see Crob hitting level 12 now. It does have a Vitality boost up, heading for a Vanguard. And that's partly because of a couple kills heading in Execration's favor. So they're not getting completely blown away. They are getting some kills and farm as a result. But here we see, Mech as well as 4 stuff up, giving Stars Boba some survivability to escape the aggression. I mean, Execration love to be aggressive, but if you get these items like Mech and 4 stuff up, suddenly you can escape these sort of 3-4 man ganks. And when you've got heroes like Crob and Queen of Pain, you've not really got great disables or slow. Queen of Pain has the Shadow Strike to lock heroes down, but that is just the one spell, as there we see Clockwork goes in, and Execration going to find themselves on the receiving end of some seriously scary aggression. Axe in the middle of things, going to take out this Crob. Crob needs to go down first because that ultimate does do some serious damage, as we do see 1 kill gets picked up by the Crob. It is on the Clockwork, but we will see plenty more go in Stars Boba's favor as they take out 3. Look to make it 4 as, a call. Berserker's call from Axe actually missing. Queen of Pain will blink away. And right now, Stars Boba taking advantage of Execration completely. And this is not looking all too good for them. As this tier 2 tower will go down. Only 1 outside tower remaining for Execration, as they're going to see their base getting sieged now. And it doesn't look like Stars Boba want to give up. So this is what Execration probably not ready for. This non-stop aggression coming their way. They haven't had any time to farm or get those core items up. We saw Queen of Pain finally got that bottle and got left alone, but as soon as Queen of Pain got left alone, it was because his teammates were being pressured. So basically, Execration were forced into these team fights when they didn't have their items or farm, and as a result, they are not looking all too good here, as we do see a mech getting popped, but the AA ultimate shatter effect is on these heroes, so they're not actually being healed up. and this tier 3 tower at mid is going to get taken out by the looks of it, as another kill going into the Clockwork's favor. ES will go down as well, and that is going to be pretty much all she wrote, as it looks like Execration had been defeated here. So we're going to have some concluding thoughts for them now, as it looks like GG is going to be called. And that is it, guys, for this morning. GG. That is 3 games of Team Execration, as we did see a bit about them. Definitely, I feel after all that, I do know a lot more about this team, a lot more what to expect from them in the future, as we will have the next GEST IDC coming up in March. I believe it's going to be the 2nd weekend in March, although possibly the 3rd. It hasn't actually been decided yet, but we will have the next GEST IDC where we're going to be seeing Team Execration in action. Hopefully can cast 1 or 2 of their games, as now that I know a bit more about them, I'll actually know what I'm talking about. But definitely a team that relies a lot on having a good early game, making sure they win their lanes. If they have a good early game, then their mid game normally goes very well. They group up as a team, they play very aggressive, but they also stick together and back each other up well as a team. So they basically play aggressive, take out heroes, and then look to push down some towers following their hero kills. So a very smart style of play, but it relies a lot on having that strong early game, which we didn't see there up against Stars Boba. Although the other 2 games, the first one against Stars Boba and the other game against G7, it did pay off. So a strategy which can work, but they have to really make sure they get their heroes that can win the early game and have a laning phase which works for them. So they do have heroes that aren't going to lose just based on their lanes. But if they get their hero lane choices that they want, if they get their items up and farm up early, and then get that level advantage, which we saw in 2 of those 3 games, they are a scary team capable of taking down even Stars Boba in 1 of those 2 games, the team who ended up coming 2nd place, guys. Anyways, that's it for me from this morning. It's now almost time for me to go to university. Anyways, be sure to tune in. I'm going to do a few more replay casts throughout the next few weeks, as the next GEST IDC is going to be coming up soon. Be sure to follow Ghosty Gamers. We do more awesome stuff, including giving away stuff like this. Whew, that's your Gigabyte GDX 560, as well as a couple motherboards, which I've already shown, but too heavy for me to show again, guys. I've got too much stuff which we're giving away. We also gave away some Dota 2 beta keys last time, so all kinds of fun stuff being given away. Be sure to tune in. I'm Gods from Ghosty Gamers, and this morning has been the Execration Hour. We're going to have a look at another of the new and upcoming teams later on today or tomorrow. And thanks everyone for tuning in, or thanks for everyone who is currently watching my videos on demand. And that's it. So good morning, and have a good day, guys.